Welcome back. Fishermen flock to Washington waters to try to catch salmon, but there are some people up on the Kitsap Peninsula who are getting into kayaks and onto stand-up paddle boards, all to stalk salmon with no intention of catching them. Here's St. Brian with that story.
Every fall on the Kitsap Peninsula, you see them begin their long journey.
Ready? Yep, we're ready. Come on, here we go. Here we go, Linda.
Congregating in bays and navigating by instinct through local waters. Yes, it's the yearly migration of the kayakers and stand-up paddleboarders who are following these migrating salmon. Olympic Outdoor Center leads these paddle tours. They begin at a hatchery.
They're nice and slimy.
Here, paddlers come face to fin with the salmon they'll be seeking in the open water.
The nickname dog salmon may come from the fact that of all the Pacific salmon, they have the most pronounced canine-like teeth.
Finally, it is launch time, and paddlers take to the waters of Miller Bay, searching for salmon. But there's more to these tours than fish spotting.
It's just a wonderful opportunity to see people appreciate fish and the wildlife that depend on the salmon.
We will probably see bald eagles. We've had a juvenile eagle that's been out the last couple years.
Salmon are jumping, but many of them have already pushed up into nearby streams to spawn.
You guys see any salmon?
Oh yeah, not as many as we like, but they're popping out.
But nobody's complaining.
Can't beat it. It's a quintessential Northwest experience, getting out in the fall, a day like today. Nice and calm, no wind.
Just a couple of weeks earlier, Kitsap Sun reporter Tristan Borak snapped these images on a salmon kayak tour.
I'd like to raft up right here, and let's all face the bald eagle.
An eagle, that's probably snacking on salmon, marks a spot where the kayakers stop and do the same.
Oh.
Spring Courtright feeds these tour groups salmon for a reason.
I really wanted to bring home that people are connected to these salmon. The things that we do that affect the salmon also affect us.
Whether they glimpsed salmon or just ate some, these paddlers are pleased at the end of their journey.
I saw jumping salmon, I saw 2 bald eagles, and I had a fabulous time with great weather and a wonderful guide.
And the salmon, they continue theirs, as they have for eons, heading up creeks that feed into Miller Bay, just a few short miles from Seattle.
There are more kayak salmon tours in the fall when the salmon come in from the ocean. Right now, they have bird watching paddles out on Liberty Bay there at the Olympic Outdoor Center. All right, we're going to head back out onto the water now and see the Seattle shoreline in a whole different way with the Puget Soundkeepers.
Chris Wilkie is on patrol.
The mission is to protect and preserve Puget Sound.
He and Skipper Paul Fredrickson are on the lookout for invaders.
This is our water.
Pollutants making their way into the Duwamish River and Puget Sound.
We're looking for discolored discharges.
As members of the Puget Soundkeeper Alliance, Chris and Paul track down and document trouble.
We're also looking for any sort of a sheen or bubbles on the water that might be the result of a spill. Just being curious, following your nose.
When they find the source, they shut it down.
We see a pollution incident, we're going to be reporting that to authorities like the Coast Guard or Department of Ecology.
Soundkeeper staff and volunteers use legal muscle to sue polluters and stop them in their tracks.
The Clean Water Act gives citizens the right and the ability to enforce our nation's water pollution laws.
The hard work appears to be paying off.
A lot of our patrols, we go up, we don't see anything, and that's actually a good thing.
The Duwamish is cleaner than it's been in generations, but there are still many rivers to cross.
And I'm concerned about the long-term trends and the protection of our natural system here.